Hello Electrolog users of the world. My name is Chris Gregorio and this is the online tutorial to becoming a pro at using Electrolog. In this video I'll be showing you how all the different menu options work and their uses and functions. The menu with all the different search options and features is on the left hand side of the screen. The first search function I'm going to be showing you is number search. To go into number search, click on the number search button at the top of the menu. Here you will see there are a few options you can use to search, including exact number search, Electrolog number search, keyword search, and even searching by part of a number. Firstly, I'm going to search by exact number, which you will see is the default search as it is already selected. Here you can search for an item by any type of number, be it a supplier, manufacturer, or OE number. In this example, I'm going to be searching for a Bosch starter with the number 00013720001 and press search. As you can see, the item that we have searched for has popped up. If we click on the item to see more information, we get a description with voltage, kilowatts, type, and additional info, popular numbers, alternative numbers, and the supplier numbers. You can see there are many pictures at the top in the middle of the screen which you can enlarge and flip through. At the top in the middle of the screen there is also a search bar that says type any number to compare. So if I type in STR7962 and press search, the starter that we searched for and the starter that we want to compare our first starter with is now being compared. And you have many pictures to compare them at different angles and even diagrams. Scroll down to compare all their specs. Now I'd like to go back to my previous screen, so I will press the backspace button. As you can see, the tabs just above the images allow you to see additional information related to this item. You can click on the vehicle applications tab to see all the vehicles that this item fits into. To see the engine types that the starter fits into, click on the engine types tab and you'll see them all listed here. In the specifications tab, you can see the detailed specs and measurements of an item. You can enlarge the spec diagrams to see what is being measured and other information. If you need an explanation of the measurement or specification listed, you can find more details in the spec key. The next tab is Bill of Material. Bill of Material enables you to see the list of components of an item. You will see two drop downs. The first one allows you to choose the manufacturer of the item that you want to see and the number linked to the manufacturer, such as 00013720001, which is what we searched for earlier. And when I press of that, a list of all the subcomponents will pop up. If I click on one of the subcomponents, it'll take me to that item where I can see all the item information and so on and so forth. Next, we have alternatives. Alternatives allows you to see what other units can be used to replace this item. Replaces is what our item, STR1191, can replace. As you can see, at the top right of the screen, there's a thumbs up button and an add to basket button. The thumbs up button allows you to add items to favorites. This item has already been added to my favorites, so when I press on it, it will say item already in favorites. But you can do this with any part to add it to favorites. If I click on the add to basket button, this item will automatically be added to our basket, which we will get to later. And this is the print button. If I press on this, you can see it takes us to the print sheet. Before we move on to Electrolog number search, I want to show you how to search for more than one item at a time using the comma search function. This allows you to search for more than one item at a time. If I go and I click on the search bar and I type in STR1191, put a comma and put an STR10031, put a comma, and STR2014 and press search. And there you can see all the parts that are linked with these numbers. As you can see, even though we only searched for 3 different numbers, we got 9 results. This is where the Electrolog number really helps, when you're searching for Electrolog numbers only. You will see that when you select the Electrolog number search and you do the search using the same three numbers, it now only displays 3 items. The 3 items listed are the 3 items with the Electrolog numbers STR10031, STR2014, and STR2034. This is what we searched for initially, but this time we only get the 3 results that we want. Just below the Electrolog number search, we have the keyword search. Here you can type in literally anything related to the item and search for it. Your search can include manufacturer names, vehicle types, engine specs, and even measurements. For example, let's look at a starter that fits a Toyota Corolla with a 4AFE engine. So we will just type in starter Toyota Corolla 4AFE and press search. With this search, we now get a list of all Toyota Corolla starters with the 4AFE linked to it. Take note, you can search for anything using a keyword search. It is also great for searching for items you are not sure are an Electrolog. Let's say you didn't know if Electrolog covers strobe lights. You could search for a strobe light you need and see if you get it. For example, I'm going to type in strobe light amber 24 volt and press search. And voila, a list of strobe lights that are amber and 24 volts are listed. Easy as pie. Like I said, this is probably the most powerful search in Electrolog. Under number search, you can search by part of a number using the number starting with, numbers containing, or numbers ending with. A scenario for these 3 searches is where a sticker is torn off of an item and you can only see part of the number. For example, if the sticker is torn off and you can only see the last few digits of a starter, you will select the number ending with search. Let's say the last few digits you can see are 372001. So I'll type in 372001 and press search. A list of items are now displayed with any numbers linked to the ending with 372001. As you can see, at the top of the screen, there are menu tabs with quite a few features. I'm going to leave compare and compare all buttons for a later segment of the video. Firstly, there is a sort by button. This allows you to sort by description, manufacturer, or spec, such as if I click a sort by manufacturer, it'll put all the manufacturers in alphabetical order. If I select manufacturers, I can see only the manufacturer that I want to see. So if I only want to see Bosch items, I press Bosch, and only the Bosch starter will pop up. If I just want to see Hella, only the Hella items will pop up. If I select Hella and Vallejo and not Bosch, I will see all the items except for Bosch. Next, we have categories. This allows you to see exactly what you want to see and nothing more. If I only want to see the alternator and starter, I select the alternator and starter and I will only be able to see those. Next, we have the See More button. This allows you to see added information without going into the part. So if I select volts, I will be able to see volts on an alternator and on this coil ignition, but I won't be able to see it on this harness light because it only shows the information that is applicable to the parts that you're looking at. Now that we have completed the number search tutorial, as you can see at the top left, there is a quick search. Here you can select whether you want to search exact number, Electrolog number, keywords, or numbers starting with, containing, or ending with, and type in the number at the top left. The second search button in the main menu on the left hand side is category search. Here you can search for items by their category and certain criteria. For example, let's say I needed to search for a 24 volt Vallejo starter with 11 teeth. I would select electrical, starters, complete units, Vallejo, 24 volts, and 11 teeth, and press search. As you can see, all the 24 volts Vallejo starters with 11 teeth are now displayed. In any result list, you can also choose to compare 2 or more items at a time. Under each Electrolog number, there is a compare button. We will select the first 5 items and match blue with blue and press the blue compare button. As you can see, we selected 5 but only 4 pop up. Now we go to the load up to 10 items to compare here button and select the item right at the bottom that hasn't been selected yet, because automatically the first 4 are selected. To add more, you must click on this button here. Let's go through one more example. Let's select electrical, switches, and rockers, and press search. As you can see, we have now got our rockers. As you can see at the top left of the screen, it says 50 items listed. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that there's a load more results button. So if you press on that, more results will load. And if you don't feel like scrolling all the way back up again, at the bottom right of the screen, there's a to top button. Press that and it'll take you all the way to the top. Previously, I've shown you how the compare button works. Now I want to show you how the compare all button works. So there's no need to select any buttons, just press on the compare all button. As you can see, automatically the first 4 pop up. You can go into the load up to 10 items to compare here, and you can click on compare first 10. If you want to add more, you'll have to unselect one and add another one, because the maximum items you can compare at once is 10. The next search we are going to cover is vehicle search. In vehicle search, you can search for items in a specific category by vehicle. As an example, we will search for an alternator for BMW 320 diesel. First, we will select electrical, then alternators, then BMW, and then we will select 320D, various, and passenger, and press search. As you can see, there are 16 items that are listed. This means that there are 16 alternators that fit into a BMW 320D. If we go into an item and go to vehicle applications, these are all the different vehicles that this alternator fits into. If I press next item, as you can see, the Electrolog number has changed to the next item, and we are still in vehicle applications but now of the next item. So you can flip through all the different parts but staying in the vehicle applications of those parts. In vehicle search, you can also search for an item in a specific category by engine type. In this example, we are looking for alternators with the 4 AFE engine type. As you can see, I've chosen electrical, alternators, engine, and then the engine type that I've chosen is 4 AFE. And I press search. As you can see, all the alternators that fit on a 4 AFE engine are now displayed. Below vehicle search is the bill of materials button search. This search allows you to enter the OE or manufacturer number of an item to display its subcomponents or the units a component fits. So I'll click on it. As an example, we will use 0001372001, which is what we used for number search as well. 0001372001, and press search. You can see that this is a Bosch number and the components for the unit are listed. In any list of items, you can choose the view as it is a list or view card by pressing these buttons over here. You can then click on a subcomponent to view all its details. I'll be clicking on this brush holder. You can even go to the brush holder's bill of materials and select the manufacturer. As you can see the subcomponents of the brush and the item that this brush fits into. If you search for a number that has more than one manufacturer, it will not automatically display the subcomponents. You will need to select the manufacturer before the bill of material is displayed. For example, type in D7E22 and press search. As you can see, there is a drop down for choose manufacturer system. If you select Paris Rhone, you can see that there are 5 items listed. If you choose Vallejo, you will see that there are 12 items listed. If an item does not yet have an Electrolog number, it does not mean we do not have the bill of material for that item. As an example of this, we can type in 0001108 110 and press search. This item does not have an Electrolog number, yet we do have the bill of material for this part. Next, we have Advanced Spec Search. Advanced Spec Search enables you to search for its items in a category by measurements or specs. For example, a customer walks in with an armature for a starter. The customer does not have the starter or even know what vehicle it fits. He just needs the armature. This is how you'd find it. Firstly, select electrical, starters, and armatures. As you can see, there is a sample spec diagram which you can enlarge and flip through. Here you have drop downs to select the values with the correlating information on the right. So firstly, we will select 54 millimeters for the OD. We will leave number of segments on commutator out just to show you that you do not need it to find the part that you're looking for. We'll select 11 splines and we will select 138 for the total length of the armature and press search. As you can see, there are now two armatures that have an OD of 54 millimeters, a length of 138 millimeters, and 11 splines. Now you want to find which one would be the best for you. So if you go into the first one and go to specifications, you can see whether these specs fit the ones that you need or not. And if not, you can flip through the two using the previous item and next item arrows. Another example is, what if an alternator is stolen off an Actros truck with a 9-groove pulley, is 24 volts and has an 80 millimeter foot? You could do this advanced spec search to try find the alternator. So firstly, select electrical, alternators, and complete units. As you can see, you still get the spec diagrams. So for height between mounting feet, I'm going to select 80. For NG, number of pulley grooves, I'm going to select 9. And for volts, I'm going to select 24. And under other, I'm going to put in Actros and press search. As you can see, a list of Actros units with 80 millimeter foot, 9 grooves, and are all 24 volts is displayed. Below the advanced spec search button in the main menu is the basket. The basket allows you to send orders or request quotes to suppliers directly from Electrolog. You will see the items that you have added to basket are listed here. Items can be added wherever you see the add to basket sign. If I go to favorites, you can see it's below the compare button. Or if you go into an item, it's at the top right. Go back. When you are about to send your quote, be sure to type in anything you need in notes, such as urgently needed, please confirm price, stock availability, or when you'd like the parts to be delivered. When your basket is ready to send, choose a supplier again and send an order or quote. I'll need to put in my account number and I can either press request quote or place order. Once your order has been placed, this is what the order will look like to the person that you're ordering from. You will get the quantity of the parts, the part number, the Electrolog number correlating with that part number, and a description. Lastly, I can go to old orders, select any old order and duplicate it to basket, and do the same with the quote. I only have one previous quote, so I'm just going to use this one. I duplicate it to basket, and when we go back to basket, you'll be able to see that the items have been added back to basket. Below basket is my favorites. My favorites allows you to favorite an item, so it'll always pop under the my favorites menu tab. This is for if you constantly find yourself searching for the same parts on a daily basis and you're tired of doing such. So you can just favorite it so it'll always be here. Just below the my favorites button, you will see there's a recent items button. This lists all the items you have viewed recently in chronological order. You can see that it displays the date and time that each item was viewed. Very powerful tool for going back to look for an item you searched for recently, but can't remember the number. Below recent items is the supplier button. Suppliers are all of Electrolog's advertising suppliers. So if we click on suppliers, it takes us to a separate page where we can then click on the supplier and find out more information on them. Next, we have User Guide. User Guide is the online tutorial in PDF version for Electrolog. As you can see, it shows you all the information that you need to know about Electrolog. You will never be left in the dark with this user guide. Right at the bottom of the menu, we have Suggest Item. Suggest Item allows you to send us detailed information on an item. If you want us to add a new item to Electrolog or amend information on an item already in Electrolog, this is where you can do just that. If you want to add a new item to Electrolog, click here. If you want to amend any information or add any information on an item on Electrolog, you can select this one and put in the Electrolog number over here. Next, you can add in multiple pictures. You can then add relative information on the item under the specific headings with the examples provided in the tick boxes here. Remember, the more information and specs you can supply, the better we will be able to accurately identify and add information for you. When you have added all the information regarding the item, click on the Submit button. We will then check, confirm, research, and process the information you sent to us. We are here to help you. Help us help you by sending us info to add or to amend for you. At the top right of the screen, you can see there's a settings button that looks like a gear. If you click on that, you'll be able to see all your information. It is important to keep your user info correct and details updated in Electrolog, especially if you are sending orders and quotes. These details will be displayed and seen by the supplier in your quotes and orders sent. You can update your information by going to Settings in the main toolbar of Electrolog at the top of the screen. Check and update your information where necessary, and then click the little checkbox that says confirm you want to update this information, and click Update User Info. Thank you for watching this online tutorial. We hope it was informative and helped you become a pro at using your Electrolog. From me, Chris Gregorio, I wish you happy Electrologging.